My name is Ryan Fleck. I'm the co-writer, co-director of Sugar, and this is
Anna Bowden, also co-writer, co-director of Sugar. Our film Sugar is about a Dominican baseball player who's 19 years old and his journey from his small town in the Dominican Republic to a small town in Iowa where he's recruited to play minor league ball, and kind of his crazy, bizarre journey that takes him to a place where he doesn't know the language and is unfamiliar with the culture, and his struggles to do well on the field, but also kind of create a community for himself in this isolating environment.
and I felt like I knew a lot about the game, but only recently did I realize that every Major League Baseball team has an academy in the Dominican Republic where they house and feed and train baseball players in order to hopefully bring them over here to the United States someday and become superstars and make their teams lots of money. And I didn't know these things existed, so we just started doing a little bit of research, and we started interviewing a lot of players, both in the Dominican Republic and at minor league teams in the U.S. And the movie that we made is very much a combination of a lot of these guys, very common experience.
Well, what attracted me to this film was this very unique immigrant experience, and this character who's at a point in his life, you know, he's 19 years old and he's just kind of trying to start figuring out, you know, who he is and what's up with the world around him and how he belongs in it. And in the midst of that kind of is this upheaval and this, and we were just fascinated with that kind of story of you know, him kind of discovering who he is, and also how his idea of the American dream shifts as he grows up and starts considering those things.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of challenges in making the movie. Number one, a lot of it's in Spanish, which is not my first language. It's not Anna's first language. Anna is very proficient in Spanish, but I only know enough to get by. So I think that was a big challenge for us. Shooting in another country that we weren't that familiar with was a huge challenge, and you know, adjusting to the culture there was hugely challenging. And then, you know, going to not just shooting in the Dominican Republic, but we also spent a long time in Iowa. And we live in New York. We're kind of city people, and spending a lot of time in farm country in Iowa was also a challenge, because it's also a different culture. And even though they speak English, it's you know, it's different. Same with Arizona and even in New York. We're from New York, but we spent a lot of time up in the Bronx in neighborhoods that we don't typically go to, and learned a lot about the Dominican community up there. So these are challenges, but it was a great learning experience to learn about all these places that we might not think to go if we hadn't made a movie about it. Okay, Anna's advice is just get a video camera, like steal this one, if you are like borrow some other camera, and just like make movies. Just do what you can. Practice a lot, practice cheaply. You don't need to shoot on film. You know, edit on your computer, edit on your friend's computer. Do whatever you can to just keep making movies, and start with shorts and submit them to festivals. And you know, that's all we did. We just started with shorts, and people liked the shorts, and then hopefully if you want to make features, then you have a script that you want to do, and if people like your shorts, then hopefully they'll give you money to make your feature.
That was more long-winded than my advice usually is. We just got here like 40 minutes ago, and have done 3 interviews, and that's about it. So we haven't really had an AFI experience yet, but we're expecting it to be awesome.